Hey guys, my name is Mark Gray. I'm a professional landscape photographer and I travel extensively for a living. It's my little daughter down there. She wants to get involved in the video, obviously. So yeah, I just wanted to share 7 travel tips that I have learned over the years that would certainly help those of you out that perhaps are pretty new to traveling or just would appreciate learning them anyway. So very first thing, when you are on the road, you're flying around and you're sleeping in foreign places, guys, earplugs. So there's different kinds of earplugs you can get. These are the silicone ones, and I personally prefer these ones because they do block out a lot more noise than anything else. So earplugs, when you're sleeping in foreign places, foreign beds, etc., you don't know what sort of noise levels you're going to be encountering, and really a good night's sleep is just so important. I know for myself, when I don't sleep that well, I get pretty grumpy for the next day. So having some earplugs on hand is certainly a great idea. Next one is using a credit card that gets you flight points. Now this is one thing that actually it took me a long time to get a handle on, to understand it all. So I'm a Qantas flyer myself, and so it made absolute sense for me to get a credit card that had a Qantas point scheme. So every dollar I spend through our business basically gets me a whole bunch of points, and they accumulate, and I can use those points to book more flights, to upgrade flights to business, or even to spend on all sorts of things. So it's a great idea. If your credit card isn't offering you flight points, then change, guys. It's that simple, because you're missing out on a whole lot of free things, essentially. So I use an Amex, a Qantas Amex, and also a Qantas MasterCard, because not all places actually do accept Amex, and some of them actually do charge significant fees. The rule I have with Amex as well, if the fee's higher than 1% on an Amex transaction, then there's no point in doing it. If the fee's less than 1% or there's no fee at all, then certainly use the Amex. Alternatively, just use the MasterCard, which is why I have a Qantas Amex and a Qantas MasterCard. So that's the second tip for you guys on traveling. See the beautiful view behind me with Hamilton Island Marina down there. Third tip, make sure you shop around for all your hotels when you're booking. This place that we're staying in right now is actually a holiday house, and I'll just give you a look down there. Absolutely stunning. You can see the pool down there, the view out there. Now, would you believe the first website we went to was actually charging around about $2,000 to $2,500 more for the 1 week stay than the final website that we booked through. $2,000 to $2,500. That's a massive difference. All right. So best thing you can do not trust your what ifs or your booking.com. I go to all of those places, check them all out, get the best price. This was actually booked directly through the booking agency, so it wasn't through any of those websites, because they all put commissions on top, and that's where you end up paying a whole lot more in the end. So that's certainly a really good tip for you guys. Shop around, and if you can, in any situation, call the company direct and get a quote from them direct, because they're going to always prefer to deal with you directly, because then they're not paying any commissions to these booking agencies or booking websites ultimately. Thirdly, we're about to fly out today. We've had a week up here. It's been absolutely amazing, and we'll be flying. You can actually see the airport down behind me there. So I'll be flying out just over there, and with our flights, whenever you're booking a flight and you're traveling with a companion, my strong advice to you is to book a aisle seat and a window seat. All right, leave the seat in the middle empty. If you can do that, the chances of someone wanting to sit in that middle seat, if the flight is not full, are very slim. And that way you get a whole lot of extra space. Obviously that's if you're flying economy. Business, you don't need to worry about that. But there's a little bit of a tip for you as well. So if you are booking an economy flight with a companion, friend, partner, whatever it might be, just make sure, guys, that you are going to book the aisle seat, and the window seat as well. That way you're quite often, it's a very high chance that you're going to get an empty seat in between you and lots more space to spread out and enjoy the flight. Next tip I've got for you guys, when you're in a rush. So sometimes you're in a rush, particularly perhaps when you're getting off the flight at the other end, you need to be somewhere quickly. My advice here is to check in your bags last, okay? In my experience, whenever I've checked in my bags last, ultimately they've come out first at the other end. So if you check in last, the bags will come out first. You're gonna get out of there a lot quicker. And look, it's obviously not guaranteed. Every flight's a little bit different, but that is something that I have certainly had some really good success with. Okay, when you're hiring a rental car. So rental cars are interesting. Obviously, wherever you fly around, it's quite often the case that you do get a rental vehicle. And when you do get a rental vehicle, they'll always ask you if you want to reduce your insurance by paying a little bit more up front per day. Well, it's actually a bit more, usually $25 to $35 a day. They will then reduce your insurance excess in the event of an incident. Never, never, never do that, okay? That's an absolute scam. Do not pay money when you are booking with the hire car company. Instead, always take out travel insurance, okay? And your travel insurance, which costs peanuts in comparison, is actually going to cover you up to usually $3,000 to $4,000 excess on your rental vehicle. So that is something that will save you a significant amount of money when you are traveling, all right? And ultimately, just don't take out that extra insurance reduction at the hire car company. Do it by taking out travel insurance instead. All right, tip number 7, the final one. When you're booking a long haul flight. Now, I haven't done heaps of these, to be honest. I've been to Europe a couple of times. I've done around the world trip as well. But one thing that I find that's worked for me really well is when you book a flight late in the evening, okay? So let's say 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock. The wonderful thing about that, if you've got like a 12, 13, 14, 15 hour flight ahead of you, is you jump on the plane, you have a meal, have a drink, and you're ready for bed. Your body clock is ready for bed, particularly when you're flying business and you have the ability to have a lie flat bed. All right, it's just fantastic. You have your meal, you lie down, you go to sleep, and you get your 7, 8 hours sleep, maybe even more if you're lucky. And then by the time you wake up, there's only a couple of hours till you land. And it takes the pain out of a really long haul flight so much. So that would be a really strong recommendation too. So as I said earlier, I'm a professional landscape photographer. I travel year round for a living. I've been doing this for over 15 years, full-time professionally for over 10 years. I own a retail gallery and I run quite a number of photography tours around the world, teaching people how to capture amazing photos in the best locations in the world. So if you like what I've been sharing, guys, if these tips are helping you, then please hit subscribe. We would love you to follow this. I'd love to grow this following a bit more. And I'm fairly new to YouTube, guys, so please give me some feedback. If you want something different, then just let me know. I'll give you a quick look through this house as well, just so you can see just how amazing it is. Obviously that view there is what it's all about. All right, thanks for listening, guys. Very much appreciate your time. I hope you're having a fantastic week wherever you are. We're about to fly back out home to Melbourne, get back into the office and get some work done. So I'll catch up with you on the next video. Catch you later.